Hey there, how are you all? I just hope that you all are doing great at your home. Children, I'm Meenakshi Kothiyal and I'm back to teach you computers. Today we'll continue with the first chapter and we'll cover the rest of the topics. So take out your books. Let's get started. Okay children, so this is your book. Open page number 14. But before proceeding, let us recall about few things we have studied in our previous video. We have studied that computer works on IPO cycle. I stands for input, P stands for processing and O stands for output. It means that a computer accepts unprocessed data as in the form of input and then it further processes it to give a meaningful result called information. Means we will get the output. Next topic we have studied that fundamental operations of computers are input-output operations, mathematical operations and logical operations. The next topic was computer understands only machine language, that is 0 and 1. As I've already told you that computer can understand only the language which is written in the form of 0 and 1. And these 0 and 1 digits are called binary digits. Next we have studied about some data storage units. Children, the elementary unit of memory is bit. A single 0 is called a bit or a single 1 is called a bit. That's why it is called the elementary unit of memory. Next, the smallest unit of memory is byte. Next, we have studied about the various measurement units of storage memory. They are bit, byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte and zettabyte. Now children, as I've already told you that bit is the elementary unit of memory and byte is the smallest unit of memory. One more important thing children. 8 bits combine together to form a byte. Means 1 byte is equals to 8 bits. After that, we have studied about the computer memory. Computer memory is the basic unit of computer where it can store data and instructions. Now, computer memory is of two types, internal memory and external memory. Internal memory is also known as primary memory. And primary memory is further divided into two parts, RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read-only memory. Now children, in this video we'll discuss about the external memory, that is secondary memory. And also we will discuss about all the storage devices. So let's continue with the next topic. The topic is external memory. An external memory is the storage space that is available outside the central processing unit CPU. It is very often known as auxiliary memory, secondary memory or secondary storage device. Here you can store data, documents or other files permanently for future use. Once the documents are stored in this memory, they can be used as many times as you want. It also helps in transferring data from one computer to another. Now children, external memory is used to store data or information permanently. Data and information is not lost even when the computer is turned off. That's why it is non-volatile in nature also. Now children, external memory can also be called auxiliary memory. It can also be called secondary memory or you can call it secondary storage device also. Means external memory can also be known by these names also. Now children, we have so many devices to store the data permanently. They are called external storage devices. So, a computer uses various storage devices to store the data permanently for future use. Few examples of external memory or the secondary storage devices are given here. So let's discuss the different types of external memory commonly used for data storage. They are hard disk, compact disc CD, digital versatile disc DVD, thumb drive, SD card. These devices, as I've already told you, known as secondary storage devices. Okay children, till now you must have understood about the internal memory and external memory. Here we'll discuss about the differences between internal memory and external memory. First discuss about the internal memory. Internal memory is the main memory of computer system. The data and instructions get erased from RAM as soon as the computer is switched off. Means internal memory is non-volatile in nature. Even when the computer is switched off, the RAM loses all the data and information. Whereas in external memory, it is the auxiliary memory from where stored data can be retrieved. Data or instructions are stored for future use even when the computer has been switched off. It means that data or information is not lost in the external memory even when the computer is switched off. Now, let us discuss some external memory storage devices in detail. And the first secondary storage device is hard disk.
See children, this is a hard disk. It is the most important external memory storage device of the computer system, and it is already available with the computer system. Children, it is built inside the CPU box of the computer. It can store huge amount of data and information. It can store the entire work that you do on the computer. Its storage capacity starts with 500 GB and can range from gigabytes to terabytes. Now children, look at this device. This device is known as the external hard disk. It is a portable memory storage device. Portable means you can carry this device from one place to another. Now children, we can store data, documents, files and pictures on the external hard disk. The main difference between a hard disk and an external hard disk is that a hard disk is already fixed inside the CPU. But this hard disk is present outside the computer system. Means it is externally available. You can easily fit this device into any USB port on a computer. Now children, here comes the another storage device. Yes, floppy disk. It was earlier used for backing up the data. But nowadays, floppy disks are not being used. Why they are not used? There are two reasons. The first one is that computers need a floppy drive to read floppy disks. And nowadays, many modern computers are no longer available with a floppy disk drive. So they do not support the floppy disks. And the second reason is that its storage capacity. A floppy disk can store data up to 1.4 MB, which is very less. And we now work with much larger files. So for storing large amount of data, we would require more floppy disks. Nowadays, many storage devices are capable of storing large amount of data. So the use of floppy disk is not considered much. Now come to the next storage device. This is a compact disk. Children, it is a thin, round and shiny disk that can store text, graphics, sound, images, etc. To access data from a CD, you have to insert it into the CD drive that is normally located in the front panel of the CPU box. Its storage capacity is around 700 MB. It is one of the most popular secondary storage device. Now, the next storage device is DVD. A DVD is similar to a CD in shape and size but can store larger amount of data. Its larger capacity allows it to store high quality video films and audio tracks. Now children, a DVD has become more popular than a CD. Do you know why? Because a DVD has a capacity to store much more data than a CD. A CD can store up to 700 MB data, whereas a DVD can store up to 4.7 GB data. Nowadays, if you want to store more data, you would use digital versatile discs. That is why DVDs are preferred to CDs. Now children, a DVD requires a DVD player which allows to read CDs as well as DVDs. Okay children, now look at this picture. You all must have seen this device. One of the most popular secondary storage device. This device is also known as pen drive or a flash drive. It is a very convenient portable storage device. You can easily carry it around. Children, it is small in size but it can store large amount of data. We can save text, music, documents, photos and videos in this pen drive. The storage capacity of a pen drive varies from 1 GB to 128 GB or more. Now children, if you want to store or access data, you have to plug this device into the USB port of the computer system. USB means Universal Serial Bus. We can also use this device to transfer data from one computer to another. That's why it has become so popular nowadays. Okay children, now here comes our next device, memory card. We can also call it SD card. The full form of SD is Secure Digital. Now children, these SD cards are used in many small devices like digital video cameras, digital cameras, audio players, mobile phones, tablets, etc. Data stored in it can be transferred to a computer. This is normally done by inserting it into the memory card reader and connecting that reader through USB cable. Its storage capacity varies from 1 GB to 64 GB. Means it can store that much of data on it. Now children, SD cards are becoming more popular than CDs and DVDs because it is more stable and versatile than that. And also, it is a non-volatile memory. Okay children, this is all about the external storage devices. Okay children, now we have come to the end of this chapter. I hope that you all have understood the chapter. You all have to see the video very carefully as we all are putting all our efforts to make your chapter more understandable. The questions which had been given to you in your assignments, just write their answers properly in a very neat and clean handwriting and spell words correctly. And children, one more important thing. Try to find out the answers from the book only as it is written in a very easy language, so that it would be easy for you to learn for your tests. And children, please avoid taking help from the nets because I've got few mails in which students have written the answers in such a high standard language. Children, it would not be easy for you to learn those answers. So it's a request, go through the videos again and again, try to understand the chapter, then only you can be able to find out the answers. This is for now today. We'll be meeting soon in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay home.